Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in with me today. Now I finally get to play through the game I've been wanting to play through all these years. And never did. This is Eye of the Beholder 3, Assault on Myth Drannor, known by many, or at least fans of the series, to be the worst in the Eye of the Beholder trilogy. We'll see why that is. Now I actually did play through this game last year, but I had a cold and I just had absolutely no energy. At all, like none. So I never uploaded it. I just thought it would be way too... I mean, yeah, some of my other playthroughs aren't the most exciting, but this one would have been like an absolute pain, like being worse than being at the dentist's office to watch. I was just so miserable and stuff. So I'm going to do it when I have a little bit more energy, like I do now. Now, I actually did want to play through the PC-98 version, the Japanese version. However, no matter how many ROMs I've downloaded for that, which it's hard to find ROMs for PC-98 games, it always crashes after I beat the Mage's Guild. So, after the cutscene, in fact, I don't even know if the cutscene plays. I don't think it does. But the game crashes, so I've downloaded like a couple other ROMs, which, remember, I have to, I have to play through the entire game for that. But anyways, let's watch the introduction and see if we can spot any problems with the opening. By the way, huge spoiler alert, and I say that because the spoiler's pretty damn obvious. But let's see. Oh, they start off by ripping off the Eye of the Beholder 2 intro, so that's nice. Now, I have two theories about this. So, Westwood did not develop this game. The third game was developed internally as Strategic Simulations. Now, I have two theories. Either Westwood said, no, we want to improve the game engine and do Lands of Lore. We don't want to do Eye of the Beholder anymore. We don't want to be under the control of SSI or whatever. Or maybe SSI said, we want to develop this internally so it'll be cheaper. But whatever the case, it has been some time since the defeat of Dran and his vile minions at the temple known as Darkmoon. Your victory over Dran has allowed the citizens of this great city to rest easy once again. We do have some good music here by Mason Fisher, who worked on the Fear games, by the way, shared by friends and admirers in the local tavern. You relate your heroic tale to all. Okay, why that one guy is walking like an Egyptian, I don't get it. Suddenly, something very strange occurs outside. As a man you've never seen before enters and scans the patrons till his eyes lock on your party. You have to read this text really fast.
Hello, heroes of the realms. My master beseeches you and pleads for your help.
Oh, okay.
In a forest far from the city lies what is left of an ancient city known as Myth Drannor, ruled by a most foul lich.
Whoa, we got some goatsy here. I hope YouTube lets me keep this on. Jeez, dude, you ever cut your nails?
My master wishes your help in restoring the city by regaining an ancient artifact from the lich. Surely you will help.
With your acceptance of the quest, the stranger gathers a mystic power and transports you outside of the ruined city. Yeah, and don't call me Shirley. Whoa, we saw like cross-eyed there. Okay. Would it surprise anyone if I told you this was the main bad guy of the game? No. It's just as obvious as the guy from Codename Viper. Okay, it's so obviously the bad guy. How do you... And your characters just say yes, all willy-nilly. Yeah, sure, suspicious rogue guy that we've never seen before. It looks like he could be a bad guy. He never cuts his fingernails or whatever. Yeah, we're going to carry out this quest for you. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's why I said spoiler alert. Now, I already made my party, so I'm just going to go from here. Now, I'm actually going to be using maps from this site called Stanislav's. I think I said that right. Now, I've been using these maps for over 10 years, over the clue book. So, now there might be like a couple parts where I need like a walkthrough, but for the most part, I played through this game several times. I already know how to beat it for the most part. So, here we go. So this game uses something called the AESOP engine, or ASOP engine, by, I believe, John Miles. So that's pretty impressive. Now, one thing you're going to notice, too, is that the sound effects are digitized. Now, okay, that's all fine and good. Let's memorize some spells for now. So this might take a couple minutes, but, and I didn't transfer my party from Eye of the Beholder 2 because it's actually better to just make a new party in this game. In the second game, it was actually better to transfer your party from Eye of the Beholder 1, so they'd actually be stronger. Here, you know, it's actually easier to make a new party because they'll be stronger if you make a new party here than you would if you just transferred characters or whatever. But I've done it before. It doesn't break the game or anything, so it's fine. We'll do one of each. One of each. Fear. Mason Fisher worked on that. And Wall of Force. Okay, we got some good spells there. Burning Hands. Improve Identify. Don't really know what Blurred does, so. Haste, Fireball. Lightning Bolt. Fear, Ice Storm. Same thing. Okay. Now I just gotta do some Cleric Spells. Hold Person. Oh, that might work. Spiritual Hammer. We might need that later. Aid. I don't really know what it does, but actually, I can memorize one. I can memorize a lot of these, actually. Create Food and Water. Might need that later. Spell Magic. Might need that later. I don't know. Prayer. Paralysis. I don't know what Magical Vestment is, but I'll take it. Cure Serious Wounds. Neutralize Poison. We are going to need that later. In fact, I'm just going to, do that. Raise Dead. And we'll do True Sing. Slay Living isn't really one we need. Hero's Feast. And I can't memorize those. Okay. Then I just gotta memorize mine. Flame Blade. That is one we're gonna need. Spiritual Hammer. I didn't see that one earlier. Resist Cold. And Slow Poison. Create Food and Water. Remove Paralysis. Dispel Magic. And whatever negative plane protection is. I don't know what that is. I know people have told me what Bless and Prayer are, like several times, but I always forget. I'm sorry. Cause Serious Wounds, I guess. Nah, actually, I'm gonna do Neutralize Poison. I do like the spell interface in this game a lot more. You don't like if you make a mistake, you don't have to click the clear button and lose all your spells, and then click all of them again. You can actually just click the minus button, so that's pretty cool. Doesn't work on the keyboard though. So, all right. I'll do Slay Living, because, yeah. Okay, so let's rest. This doesn't seem like such a great place to rest, objects Coley. Too many monsters around for comfort. And we come to, well, let's just not count the intro. The first problem with this game, the resting engine. It sucks in this game, because unlike the first two games where the monsters move around in real time, and if they reach your party, then you wake up, here, if there's even an inkling of monsters around, you cannot rest. And that is bullshit. So, I guess we're just going to have to go around and kill these things. Now, these things used to scare the crap out of me as a kid. These are called Grave Myths. Now, I will compliment the game on one thing, is this all attack button. Some people say this is a stupid feature. I actually think it's pretty useful. You left click on the characters to highlight their names in yellow, and you can all attack.
You there! Halt! I am Florin Falconhand, leader of the Knights of Myth Drannor, and we are here to discourage any further looting from this once great city. Thieves will not be tolerated.
Another nice thing in this game, instead of characters you can connect with and stuff, you got these assholes just readily accusing you of wrongdoing. So I'm just gonna say, we are heroes from Waterdeep, here to investigate a great evil.
Waterdeep, eh?
Oh, so this game takes place in Canada.
You are a long way from home. Elminster said that a group of heroes from far away would help rid this land of evil. Much like yourselves, we are here searching for an evil that seems to have rooted itself here in these ruins. Perhaps you will have better luck than we in revealing who or what is behind this. May fortune go with you, heroes of Waterdeep.
Oh yeah, we're not doing anything wrong. And they just blindly believe you. So again, the story sucks in this game. I'm sorry, but it does. Now I do have the clue book, but I don't really need it. I just need the maps from that site. Some of these trees don't look all that sturdy to me. I wonder. And yeah, there's a reason the game says that. So the first thing you want to do is there's some armor, and there's there's some items, as well as an axe laying around. And you want to try to get that. Oh, the game let me rest. Yeah, you just got to keep walking around like to some corner until you find out where you can rest. Now the second thing after we get this stuff, I mean, we are going to go to an optional part of the game, but I'm going to do it just so I can cover all the ground that we can. Alright. I'm not going to save just yet. Don't think it's necessary. And since I'm in the back ranks, let's do that. Oh yeah, so the lockpicks are now called Thieves' Tools, because there's actually no real lockpicking to speak of, as much as like using your Thieves' Tools to unjam stuff. Unjam locks and stuff, so that's exciting. Now, if you want to play a much better version of this game, I would highly recommend Dreamforge's Dungeon Hack. It's the same exact game engine. In fact, a lot of the enemies and sounds are exactly the same, but you know, it's so much better. It is so much better. And what's more, I think Pro Jared even did a video of him playing through some of the game. But the game is different every time you play, so and you could exchange dungeon seeds, as they call it, with other players, so they can play the same dungeon that you are. And I ended up finishing that one Jared was at. So yeah, every time an enemy moves, you hear these digitized sound effects. Now, the same thing was in Eye of the Beholder as well, but why haven't I cast haste yet? I don't even think Fireball's going to do anything, but we'll see. It's okay, these guys don't do much damage. But here's the problem. The sound effects are just awful. And I mean, they are truly ear-grating. In Eye of the Beholder, like, you'd hear footsteps or something, and that's fine. But here, it's just annoying, and I'm probably going to get swarmed by enemies, but like I said, Grave Mists are a pretty low threat, so I'm not really worried about it. These things look like they're crying or something. And actually, I think he's got a short sword. Oh, no? Oh, you do. Yeah, here, take that. Let's cast True Sing. Let's see what is truly here. So, I actually didn't know what True Sing really did until like I watched someone else play through this. But it actually allows you to see illusionary walls, and if there's any items that are glowing red, that means they're cursed. So, you know, I'm not going to take potions of healing because I don't really need them. Dagger could be useful, so let's take that. I don't think enemies respawn here. I think once you kill them all, that's it. So we're going to need that axe. Now, I don't think the first two games did this, but in Eye of the Beholder 3, if you pick up a cursed item and just put it in your inventory, you won't be able to take it out without a remove curse spell. So, what's this armor class? -1. -2. Okay, we'll take it. 0, how about -1? Okay, good. Will this change anything? Alright, do that. Make my guy most vulnerable. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to look for the Mausoleum. Now again, this part can actually be skipped. I won't blame you for wanting to skip through this game as fast as possible. But, oops. Yeah. So the Mausoleum, it's not too hard to locate. It's in the middle of the map. So, if you can make it there. Alright. Thought I just saw a Grave Mist somewhere, but I don't see it now. I'd say kill as many of these things as you can, because you can upgrade your experience. And I am going to do these videos in like 30-minute segments. So here's what happens if you try to break down one of these walls. I'm going to keep getting this text because I'm having all my characters attack. Now you actually do have to cut through trees to progress through the game, so make sure you do that. But you can only do that with an axe, so I'm not going to go around cutting down every single tree because that'd be way too tedious and way too mind-numbing. But that's what they're having you do in this game. Walking around the catacombs and stuff in the first two games, well, here you're just cutting down trees like you're a fucking lumberjack. Even with the haste spell, this takes forever. Alright, so let's look for that mausoleum. As you can see, they're very threatening. Oh yeah, that's another problem with this game engine. It locks up randomly and stuff. But in Dungeon Hack, they fixed that. It doesn't do that. And actually, the GOG version of this game, they actually did fix that bug. So you don't have random lockups. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to save the game. Alright. So. Making your way through the forest, you come upon a great tomb consecrated to the fallen warriors of Myth Drannor. Ancient boughs high above cast shadows everywhere, which shift and darken in the grip of a sudden icy wind. Do you wish to enter the mausoleum? Now, this is one thing I will give the game credit for. In fact, I think it does it better than By the Builder 2. By the Builder 1 didn't really have this, but these cutscene graphics are just beautiful. Like, these are like desktop wallpaper worthy, like right here. So I will compliment the game for that. Looks great. Okay, hang on a minute because I need my maps here. Okay. So, and I will help you guys get through this stinker of a game. To be honest, it's not that bad. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is, but it's definitely the worst in the trilogy. 4 bones down will show the way. Okay, so no erections, everybody, okay? Even you. You might be trans or something. Okay, so, as you can see, there's 4 hallways. So, and you'll see what they mean by 4 bones down. Still can't save the game, which sucks, but, okay. I'm going to cast Prayer, just, I don't know if it does anything, but we're going to see. I also like that it keeps it on the level for the character, so like, if you got it on the page 1 spell or whatever, but then like here, this guy's on level 3, I do like that it keeps it there. So the game does do some things right. Oh yeah, there's turn undead. I haven't really tried that. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think the spell is worthless in this game. Prayer. Let's cast it. If the game decides to let me play it, because now it's locking up. Yeah, that's why I'm not playing the GOG version. I want you guys to experience just how broken it is. Oh, it didn't do anything! Woo! So you'll notice that it says that my character grew weaker. Fortunately, that is only temporary. And these are called sword wraiths. Again, also present in Dungeon Hack. Now this is called an undead beast. Yeah, you don't... Fortunately, there's more sword wraiths than there are undead beasts, but these things, as you can see, can do a ton of damage to you. Now it's starting to sound like someone like recorded a fart track, and then the audio file just got all like crackled up or whatever. So, the key is to find these drawers and shut them, which will cause most of the sword wraiths to stop spawning. I do like that idea, but it doesn't stop all of them from spawning. There are still some areas where they will respawn, so that sucks. But that only happens, I think, if you walk on certain areas or whatever, so... Okay. Very quiet all of a sudden. Alright. Not sure if I want to go down there just yet. Now, I'm not even looking at the map right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. You are one big doggy. Let's kill you. Let's kill you. That's another thing too. I'm not too familiar with like the lore or the rules or whatever of these lands or whatever, but apparently undead beasts are like from Kryn or something, like a different universe, so they're not even supposed to be in this game, I guess. But whatever. So, like most locks, this one requires key. Oh, thanks for treating me like I'm a dumbass, game. But at least I know how to, you know, at least I know if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You, on the other hand, you think, oh, a working game engine and stuff? We don't want that. Now, to be fair, if Westwood decided not to develop this game, that's probably why SSI didn't use their engine. Maybe it was like copyrighted to them or something. I don't know. I don't know all the laws of game development or anything, so. But anyways, I want to go back to that hole and drop down it. No, like literally, I want to jump down a hole and get killed by fireballs, then play this game. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna take whatever damage I can. Okay. Oh yeah. And this key appears. So now we can go in the door. Well, that was a bone down. So naturally you'd think that's the bone you're supposed to shut down. But nope, it is not. It is not the one that you're supposed to shut down. I'll tell you which bone you're supposed to shut down. Okay. No! I don't want to throw the key. Here's one nice thing I like about this game that they didn't have in the other games. Even if you're not facing the wall, you can still use the key. That is pretty cool. I like that. Again, the game does some things right. Oh, wait, why is he not on all attack? And we're just mindlessly killing more sword wraiths. Yay, isn't this fun? This is so much fun. I will admit, these things look freaking creepy as hell. Dagger. Nope. Let's put it right there. Okay, can I sleep? So I could use some rest right now. Yes! Oh, the game actually decided to let me rest. Woohoo! So, here's the key with this mausoleum and these 4 rooms that you see at the entrance of the place. What you're supposed to do is find a gold key, go in the door that uses the gold key, and then, when you get in there, you're supposed to look for a hidden wall. Like this. The tarnished plaque shimmers oddly. Unsettled runes read, Flar, captain of Myth Drannor, refused to accept defeat. And this is the bone you're supposed to push down. Do that 3 or more times, and you might think you're done with the mausoleum, but no, that's just the first half of it. Okay. So I probably got time for like 1 more, and then they'll end it. Okay, I'm not even paying attention to the map. I should probably be doing that. There we go. Amidst runes of pain and loss, an inscription reads, "Pray for the dead." But before we move on, let's do this. Lightning bolt. Yeah, see, when you cast a spell, it'll actually lock up the game for a sec. And the first 2 Eye of the Beholder games kind of had that problem too, but this one is even worse. Oh boy. And I don't think these things can be killed by spells. Or maybe I just don't know which spells to hurt it with. Yep, every time they move, you have to hear that. Okay. don't really need food. Healing potion, raise dead. That one might come in handy. But just like the first game, you don't want to take every single thing you see because that could, yeah, that wouldn't be good for you. So yeah, the pray for the dead thing, all that means is you have to, you'll get stuck in the room until you cast prayer. That's all it really does, I think. Okay, well, I think I could save there. We'll do one more room, and then we will call it good, I guess. I'm actually going to do this one because this is the most tedious. Actually, no, I'll just do this side because that would take too long, and I don't want to go too far over 30 minutes. Oh, isn't this fun? Just mindlessly killing these things. In the first two games, actually going up against most of the enemies was fun. Here, it's like office work. It's like you just don't want to do it. And they're behind me, I know. But, you know, would be cool if the game established some kind of mechanic where you could attack from the back. That would be nice. That would have been a cool mechanic. Oh, shit. So, now I have to kill this undead beast, and again, I don't know what spells are effective against it. Now, I'm not going to count that against the game because maybe the clue book or the manual or something says. Oh, boy. Oh! Got our first death in the game. Woo! But at least it ain't game over. At least not yet. Okay, does Burning Hands work? Oh, it does. Okay, that's good to know. Let's cast Cure Light Wounds. No! Damn it, game! What the hell? I clicked Cure Light Wounds! Oh, don't you just love that? Oh, and that sound of that spell being cast sounds like someone shit getting flushed down the toilet. I'm not even trying to be funny. It does sound like that. Oh, this is going great. But to be fair, I did kind of rush in here, so... Oh, man. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Oh, that went horribly. That was horrible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the Mausoleum. Hopefully the game will then let me rest. And then we can... But you know, I think the best thing to do, I think it would be best to just end the video here. Just continue on the next part. These things are actually easy. The Sword Wraiths are just annoying is all. It's kind of like the Sturges and Pool of Radiance. But at least the Sturges and Pool of Radiance were fun to fight. Whereas here, it's so fucking monotonous and redundant. So with that said, I'm going to leave you guys here because I need to regain my sanity. And if I keep playing this any longer, I might just lose it. I don't know what I'm going to do. So, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next part. Pray for me, folks. Pray for me. This is not easy. But this was unfinished business. Alright. Take care. God bless. Peace out.